Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Journey of a Healed Success Stepper, video number 8. I just experienced, I'm beginning to see a pattern of behavior when you have excelled to your healed version of who you are, your healed version here. You begin to see the true agendas of others. And you can't take it personal because it is just the falling off of those things, lower vibrational, that has kept you in a position of control, of low vibrational frequency. It kept you in the argument. It kept you in the fight. And one thing I learned about the concept of poverty is that you cannot be high vibrational speaking or thinking or being fearful of those things that are down here. That's the Success Stepper's game of life peace. That is the peace that surpasses all of your understanding. You have no idea what is going to happen. You don't know what is going to happen, but you do know that great things will come to surface. You learn to wipe your hands off of it and let it be. And you do things with the integrity of balancing the fulcrum. Negative should never always win. And if it does win, it's because many people are playing the basic individual. They're not receiving their just desserts. They're not receiving what they need to have to elevate them to an awakened state. And it's a very sad place to be when people allow themselves to be dumbed down after breaking through the glass ceiling, being dumbed back down to the basic individual. So I was thinking back over my criminal case, and I wanted to share with you guys a concept that I learned when having to have success revenge. We talked about that in video number 9. Okay, this is video number 8. But in video number 9, we talked about the concepts of making sure that we don't become basic after we've done all the inner work, all the healing work. So there's going to be a physical vibrational practice where those who are physical, those who are low vibrational, are going to continue to play the entrapment game. So they're going to have things there. They're going to, they're going to see you going through a situation, and it could be maybe at a checkout. Okay, you're at the grocery store, you're checking out, and your credit card doesn't work because there's some stagnating glitches in their new and improved technology system. And so you're thinking that, oh my God, I don't want these people to think that I'm trying to do something or hold up the line, or the people behind me may be getting frustrated, what have you. But everybody is there watching to see how you're going to respond to it. So what happens is you just say to yourself, you put yourself into the success mindset of a success stepper, and you say to yourself, if you know that you've done all you could do, the only thing you could do is just wait till the system catches up to you. Of course, you're not going to leave and come back. If you know that you can be there, you stand your ground. That's success revenge. Yeah. Success revenge is one of the best ways that a success stepper can empower themselves to reach their goal. They want to win in the game of life, and no bully or narcissist should create an awakened being from being able to heal. They should not interfere with that. But if they do, the counterintuitive attack is success revenge. Because what takes place is you're able to show them what you will and will not stand for, what you cannot stand for. So it's really amazing that I went back into the criminal case, and it was reflective to how I felt when, after coming home 41 days and sitting on bond and deciding in my mindset how I was going to make this work for me, why I chose the educational route. Well, the educational route was more important for me because that's where I had always been. I was right there in the midst of the criminal case coming to my life, okay, coming into my life. And as a success stepper who is healed from the journey and have seen, and looking back hindsight, I can generally say that success revenge is an education. That's the reason why so many programs are preventing people from educating themselves. But you can fight through the challenges of that by researching. That's what I had to do as well. So research was one of the basic things that I found to be helpful. I also looked at the improvement of who I was. I know that I was not who I woke up to be. When you awaken, do not beat yourself up because you find yourself in a position that you've never been. That's just the growing pains of growing and awakening. And there is that sense of physical punishment. How dare you awaken? You were supposed to stay basic so that we could continue to run the narrative and control the society the way that we wanted to control society. But you felt that there was a concept within you that you wanted to do more. So you started to tell people exactly what you needed them to know. You started to be open and be careful and be awakened and still live. That success revenge made you non-predictable. And a non-predictable individual cannot be controlled by someone who assumes that they have what it takes to be successful. So you're not going to play the game, but you are definitely going to change for the better. Because to change for the better means that you've practiced, you've gone through. So I sat back and I looked at my counterparts in college, and I was under kind of physical, low vibrational judgment of myself. I was judging me, watching how society would have expected me to behave in a certain circumstance. And I'll never forget, in county jail, the deputies kept saying, "I'm watching you. I'm watching you." That was my subconscious to prove to me, are you who you say you are? We will make you fall. We'll give you this game of life challenge. And it's kind of like going through that obstacle course. And if you fall, you got to start back over. But we will allow you the opportunity to start over again, right? So with that being said, as I'm going through finishing up my degree to get my master's, I went back to college. And when I went back to college, what happened was I was under my own judgment. I was casting judgment upon myself. And then I started to stand up. I started to be more more proactive than reactive. And so I began to change for the better. And I allowed others to watch me glow. So I started telling my story in college. And, your counterparts are one of the harshest individuals because they've never been through the experiences you have, right? So I was assuming that I was going to be under great scrutiny because of what had happened, the lacing. and the involuntary intoxication. So I did not know how they were going to respond to it, how they were going to react. And then up comes this graduate paper that I have to do. And then lo and behold, I'm like, well, what am I going to write on? The way the graduate study program works at our college was that we had to take something of experience or something that we would want to get into as far as possibly educating others or working within the system. So I said, well, criminal justice is my undergrad study, philosophy is my undergrad study, criminal law is my master's study, so I might as well stay near what I know. So I then went into the case study of drdorinashine. So I had to go deep and I had to get real, okay? As I'm growing through this process, I'm becoming proactive to a reactable situation. Because, yeah, I could have stayed basic, right? I chose not to. I chose to have success revenge. Because that is the greatest fight that you can win. When you have been bullied and narcissistically controlled by a subliminal society. Or a society that throws their rock and hides their hand. And makes you think you're imagining things of this low frequency, which you are, because a lot of it is the subliminal messages that you're just walking in, you're going to the store, you're taking a walk, and all of a sudden you're hearing the sirens, and then now your mind is racing like, oh, the last thing that happened when you heard a siren, or the person who has just passed on, or you're thinking about the trauma-based physical areas. But if you rise and awaken, then those signs or signals are just subliminal messages to let you know you're safe. Because you touch your person. If you're safe, you're safe. So regardless if the sirens are there, it is something that triggers the fact that someone is being protected. Someone is safe. Someone is getting help and assistance. It's not just being basic. These are real, true, genuine people in the world making world choices and programs that if each individual would help another individual, this would be a world with insurmountable success without the revenge. It would just be success. So it all boils down to how you want to play the game of life. And trust and know karma is real. So when you make the decision to play, make sure you know that you're going to truly get your just desserts. And allow others to watch you grow, to become who you are going to become. And in my case, drdorinashine. I'm on Facebook. I am on Instagram. I am also on TikTok. And I will be moving. I think I started a Lemonade account as well. But basically, if you find me anywhere, please like and share that video, because these videos need to come out, especially to those who it in tune and connects to. You've been physically abused on this low vibrational level, and you awakened to it and you healed from it. And now you're experiencing your heaven on earth, and you want others to know your story as well. Promote it, prompt it, because that's the God source within the game of life, because the goal is to succeed. Success is the ultimate goal. And you can take the success on a low vibrational position and do all the negative things you can choose to do, or you can rise to the occasion and succeed on a more positive vibe, doing your part, leaving your legacy, legendary moves, okay? That's what I want you to pay attention to as you emerge through your greater version of getting to know who you are. We love you. We thank you so much for being here. And this is video number 8, Journey of a Healed Success Stepper. Keep stepping. Do not allow these real hard life situations to break you down. They're all an illusion. And once you see it, you're going to be able to recognize why a person chooses to do what they do. If they don't have it, they just don't have it. So you can't make someone do something, but you can empower yourself. So always remember that. You never have to be the one who's always the basic, even when you're all the way up here. The physical expects you to act as though you're down there. Don't water yourself down. You don't have to. And we'll see you next time.